Hello, and welcome to another one of A Demonic Shadow, A Demonic Wizard on Twitch podcast. This is on the past event for PlayStation Paris event. Sorry. I'm joined with special guest, Mr. Jin. If you want to go ahead and introduce yourself.
I'm Jin, aka Xerohnoel on Twitch and various other media outlets. I am very interesting. And
Stop.
We're gonna continue on. So, unfortunately, because I have to do shit tomorrow, and I wanted to get this video out as soon as possible concerning that event just passed, it's just going to be me and him. No Skype or anything. As you can tell, we're having quite a blast. God damn it, Zero! Fuck!
I'm done. I'm done.
Okay.
We're good, right? We're good, right?
No, we're starting over.
What the fuck?
Okay, fine, we'll keep going.
Okay. We're good.
You good?
We're good.
Okay.
I'll let people use their imaginations on what just happened.
So the links that we're going to be going in order of the links that will be provided down low, down in the description, along with all the media that access me and all that good shit. And this guy, even though he doesn't use anything. So first up, we have nicely the Star Wars beta trailer. It wasn't anything, too much. It's Star Wars. The game's coming out. I still suggest you wait a week just in case before purchasing it. Even though it is Star Wars, as much as we all love Star Wars, remember who's making the game. And
Yeah.
just
Now, my opinion is different. Well, actually, no, it is the same. I know I recommend you wait a week, maybe even 2 weeks before buying this game. However, I am a huge fan of the series, and I very well know about the fucking season pass. I know I'm being fucked by buying this game day one, but I'm doing it anyway.
I'm going to your house to play it then.
Works for me.
I'm gonna have to make another video for microtransactions, and I don't know if I'll probably have a small talk about season pass. I don't know if you want to go ahead and talk about that.
The season.
We'll do that. That'll be a later video, so
Yeah.
we don't have to talk about that right now.
Different subject,
But
with its own can of worms.
will definitely work on a video. If he's not joined, then I'll definitely have one for myself. But it's Star Wars. It looks great. The beta was fine. At least in my opinion. Other people had disagreed. It's whatever. It's gonna have its ups and downs. I am definitely looking forward to playing as these their special characters and everything, like Darth Vader, Han Solo, and everything like that. Definitely down with the Sith. Love being badass. That's pretty much it. It was nothing new was released, so not much to talk about that. We're gonna go ahead and move on to Call of Duty, Black Ops 3. Once again, there's not much that we already didn't know. Just another trailer, zombies. I'll definitely be getting this game at day one, even if multiple. Which actually, Call of Duty has never had a release and its online does not work, so I don't see any real reason to not get this game at day one, or not get this game unless you don't like Call of Duty or you don't like first-person shooter games. Outside of that, this is looking up to be one of my favorite Call of Duty games, period. And that's above Black Ops 2, which I enjoyed the most. Its story is looking interesting. I don't know if it's going to be my favorite. My favorite story for Call of Duty was Black Ops, the first one. I don't know why that story was just amazing to me. That's just my opinion.
I believe Call of Duty is one of those series where, despite what people say about it, it's a series that will stay and remain fresh if you don't buy every single iteration of it. Like the last version I played was Ghosts. I stopped playing very shortly thereafter because it was Ghosts.
Yeah, I don't blame you, Ghost.
But
Ghost. I don't think Ghost did anything better than any other series.
it was a fun
Other
game.
than like a smooth launch. I think it had a pretty good smooth launch.
Yeah, it had a pretty good launch, but its flaws revealed itself really quickly.
That's true.
Like the game was fun. It's just like a lot of the times the real bad shit about the game got in the way of that.
It had a lot of little annoying bad things that just made too much. It was too many. It was too many small annoying things that just made a big problem. Like the maps were way too big for the size. There wasn't a lot of like fun kill streaks. Like it just had a lot of a little annoying shit. But when you really think about it, it brought the game down. They did a lot of cool things like fucking Snoop Dogg voice pack. Like that's goes like fuck. Can we get that again?
Yeah.
Fuck shit. I want to play the game just to fuck Snoop Dogg voice pack. This shit was dope. Once again, I'm definitely gonna be getting that day one, so look forward to that gameplay. We're gonna go ahead and move on to Street Fighter 5. We played the beta. Jin finally played the beta. What was your thoughts on that?
Man, I think the game is shaping up to be a good game. I personally, despite how much I love Street Fighter, I don't like it right now. I know it's in beta right now, but as of how it is right now, hurt boxes are pretty wonky. In fact, hit boxes are pretty wonky too. The game is very anti-zony. It's focused a lot on rushdown and grappling, and you can win with patience and footsies and shit like that. In fact, it's very possible, but you're going against the grain of the game by doing that. Like, the game doesn't tailor to it. You have to...
The game's centered on being fast, active, and rushing.
For the most part. And unless you're a grappler, in which case you honestly can do that as a grappler, too. And they nerf damage across the board, which is good. But overall, right now, the game's in a beta. There's only so much I can say about it. But as for the stage it's in right now, I think it could be a lot better. I think it could also be a lot more varied.
But we'll see as events unfold, because the game, I believe, is released for March.
Yeah. February.
February, yeah, because I was reading Killer Instinct comes out a week before, and people are, whatever.
As in on PC?
Yeah.
Which is it?
A month before, so...
Woo! Man.
But
anyway,
I had fun getting my ass raped because it's a bad fighting game. Plus, pretty much anyone that's have the game right now are hardcore fans, and they play tons of fighting games. So, of course, as casuals have not purchased the game because there's no reason for a casual to pre-order the game. So, I pretty much pre-ordered the game for him, and I was hoping there would be co-op or like a training mode, because that was something we could not do in the beta. We couldn't just train, which is probably why I did bad, because I couldn't learn combos and he couldn't necessarily learn his character. So that's another reason he wasn't able to learn his character.
Yeah, there were a lot of things that contributed to me being bad at the game. One,
he didn't use an arcade stick. He was using pad.
Yeah, one, I was using pad when I normally use stick. Two, I didn't have enough time with my character to actually do too much, or time with the game in general, because that one time I played was the first and only time I played. A lot of factors, aside from me, of course, just being not that great at fighting games in general. Okay, I'm good on a casual level, just not anything above that.
I mean, he's not. He's gonna be at the next Evo, but among us, as at least our circle of friends, he's definitely in the tops.
Meh.
Whatever.
Anyway, next up is Tekken 7.
Well, at least one thing I do want to give props to for Street Fighter 5 is having a smooth... At least that was the third beta, I believe, and it was at least a smooth beta. We didn't have any disconnects, any type of like lag or anything like that. So I at least want to give them props to that. It's definitely improving. I know people were complaining about the first beta where it was just called Street Fighter title screen. We had our experiences with the title screen. It's cool. It's shaping up and it's getting better. So
title screen bodied me pretty hard. 10-0 matchup.
Yeah. Next up is Tekken 7, which at first I thought it was a console exclusive, but it has exclusive content for PlayStation, which I'm not surprised. But I don't really play Tekken, unfortunately for you guys. That'd
be my role. Tekken 7 will be... I mean, clearly it's a new game in the series, but the combo system would be a lot different as well. Tekken 6 and Tekken Tag Tournament 2 have the balance system, and they're pretty much starting fresh with a new system now. So if you are just now getting into Tekken, or if you're looking for a game to get into it,
Tekken 7 would be it.
Tekken 7 will be it. Of course, if you play 6 or Tag Tournament 2, that's a good intro as well, because the new system and the system from that game are very similar. So, again, it's going to be good.
What's probably gonna happen is I'm probably just gonna you're gonna buy it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna deal with you, see if I can just be good at like 2 characters, go from there. And if I like it enough, I don't know. I may purchase it. Once again, I don't play fighting games, so that's not just my cup of tea, unfortunately. But
yeah, they're not for everybody.
I'll look into it. I'm not totally throwing it out the can, but moving on. Battleborn, which is, you know, the 5-on-5. I want to say it's a MOBA without saying it's a MOBA. I want to say like they took the concept of a MOBA and took it away from that, because it's 5v5 and you have minions, and depending on what your objective is, they do different things. Like there's capture, not capture the flag, but there's more of King of the Hill. There's like King of the Hill. There's one where you have to get your minions to, I'm guessing at a certain point, doesn't tell us if it's like on the other side of the enemies on their side of the field, or just a certain point in the middle of the game. But there's definitely one where you like invade and destroy and like go into their base. So it looks like, I swear, I just want to call it a MOBA, but just for consoles. But it's not a MOBA. But it's looking pretty cool. I'm liking it. Definitely, I definitely feel like this game's gonna have like a tournament scene, especially being on 5-on-5, and with all the characters having their own different type of stats, aptitude, and they're all different characters. And I believe if you pick one character, no other of the 9 other players in the game can pick that character. But I have not seen that confirmed. But I know if you pick a character, another person on your team can't pick the same character. So if it's the same team where, no, it's 10 unique characters every game, I can definitely see this being some type of tournament type of scene. There's 25 characters. Hold on, let me do that.
I don't agree entirely with that, because I don't like the idea. The idea of not having doubles on your team, that's cool. I don't see a reason for them to forbid anyone on the opposing team.
Well, I don't feel like that's gonna be like the main game mode. I feel like they'll have like a tournament mode for that purpose.
Okay.
So like something on its side, and if people can be unique and have their own characters and no one else can have them, I can see that being competitive. I'm not sure it's gonna be like big like StarCraft and everything, but I mean, Evolve had its own tournament scene.
True.
It's like Evolve. So, but you can play competitive. There is a story mode. There's solo, co-op, split screen, and there's 25 different characters. I'm not sure, no information if they're going to be adding more or anything like that. But definitely something I'm going to be looking into. Next we have Bound List. The information, the very little information that I gathered from Bound List is it's an open world game with one server, and everyone joins into that one server to build together. I'm sure I'm probably gonna make another video where I correct myself, because I mean the whole concept sounds kind of cool. So like if you join online and like I was telling Jen, I guess you can be building a bridge to an objective, and you can help them build that bridge. I'm not sure how you build and get pieces, but you would help them build a bridge and then, I guess, fight a creature at the end or whatever. I don't know.
The trailer didn't provide enough context for me to be really excited.
It sure didn't. It sure didn't. I have no idea what the fuck I'm looking at.
What the game told me is that you walk through mirrors and that it's pretty.
It is very pretty. It didn't even show like the building aspect. The only reason why I know there's building is because I've read something and I can't find the link for it. But
I mean, the end of the trailer got me pretty hyped, but other than that, I mean, unless I'm building that, like unless I'm building that fucking floating monolith thing, I have very little interest in this game right now. And it's not because the game looks bad. I have nothing against it right now.
They didn't provide enough information for me to get interested. Like,
yeah, I'm interested. I'm just not hype yet.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. Nah. Moving on to, I know Avicii Vector, which looks like, I can't remember the game. The game where it was one of the PlayStation's, shown at, I think it was shown at E3, where you play like as a fish and a bird. Can't freaking remember the game, and I apologize. But it looks like another alternate version of that, because they're like in the trailer they're showing it, so I'm assuming he had some type of part or some type of same game concept, just done differently type of thing. It looks like Avicii's just doing the music for it or whatever.
Yeah. And
like he's in the background of the game, I guess, which I'm fine. I mean, at first I thought it was a racing game. I was like, that's cool. Then it's like it's like that. It's not even a twin shooter. You because you use in the game you use one to control the bird, one to control the fish, and at times you would have to use the same controls and whatever. And I'm not really down for that because I thought it was a racing game. I mean, it shows 4 players on screen, so I don't know if this is co-op, competitive. I'll definitely have to wait to see if it is what it is or what's going on, but I'm interested. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
Freaking No Man's Sky. Next up is No Man's Sky.
We have a release date. That's really all that matters.
I thought it was a release month for March.
Well, I believe it's actually June-ish, but whichever it is, we're getting it.
We're getting closer to it finally being out, and we lose one of our closest friends because we have a friend who's hyped as shit for this game, and he's literally like, everyone's going to go away when Fallout 4 comes out. He's going to go away when No Man's Sky comes out.
Yeah, it's like me with Final Fantasy 15.
Well, yeah, when Final Fantasy 15 comes out, you will not see Jen
for a while.
It's for a very long time.
A
long time. Like, Jen.
Some time is going to pass between seeing me again.
He's gonna come out and he's gonna have like a beard, and it's like, the fuck does the sun look like?
Man, you right.
But No Man's Sky, I'm definitely looking forward to this game. The only downside is that there's necessarily no online competitive type of mode, and I'm cool with that. I can understand the reason for not adding that in. Outside of that, the game looked freaking amazing. It looks fun. It looks something where you just kind of just open the world and just have at it.
Yeah.
Just have at it. Do what you want. You know, there's little objectives: build a base, gain money, just explore worlds. Of course, I'm gonna explore a world, name it after my Twitch.
God damn it.
Find another world, name it something perverted. Find another world, and then they're probably gonna be names based off a demonic. So it's gonna be like, first it's gonna be a demonic wizard, a demonic shadow, some a demonic dick. If I can put dick, but I doubt. And other alterations like a demonic angel, a demonic table, because I'm gonna run out of names.
Table. What?
a demonic iPad.
Okay, moving on.
Next up is Matterfall, which the trailer's interesting as shit. Like, the trailer is really interesting, but I don't know what the game is.
Again, not enough context.
Like, I don't know if it's a 2D side scroller. I don't know. I'm assuming it's a 3D. A 3D like
3D action game probably.
Fuck. I can't even remember that one game, the robot game where you can slide. It was like Victor or
Vanquished.
I'm seeing like they probably build on from Vanquish and stuff like that, but you have an arm that is a gun, like your Mega Man, and we've seen in the trailer that it turns into a hand. So I don't know if you're able to like, if that's your weapon, you can switch and customize or whatever. But I'm hoping you can customize. That'd be pretty cool, because then everyone's hand just turns into the gun they customized. That'd be pretty dope. But we have no idea what type of game this is. I'm definitely interested. I mean, you can fly and have a gun arm. Pretty much all I got from the trailer.
That's all fucking matters, really.
I'm interested. Definitely looking forward to that. We're moving on to Ratchet and Clank. Oh my god.
I'll let you have this one.
I am so fucking hyped for this game. Like, you have like this and Nier. I'm just gonna go on this and Nier. This is gonna be Ratchet and Clank and Nier section real quick. Nier's gameplay looks amazing. I have no idea who the character is in Nier. I have no idea. But Ratchet and Clank and Insomniac is one of the companies, just like Naughty Dog, where they have not failed to deliver on a game. At least with Ratchet and Clank, its series. They always have amazing weapons. They always have, you know, fun gameplay. Not necessarily an amazing story, but it's necessarily a small concept. We're just saving the world. Here's your enemy. Here's the villain. Here's amazing cool aspect. Here's amazing cool guns that do random shit and go shoot stuff. But one of the things that looks like they're building on is that in the earlier Ratchet and Clank games there were space battles, but it looks like it was more of a 2D platform. But it looks like they're building onto that and moving on to a 3D roam. But from the video, it looks like you can roam around on land and then get in the ship and shoot enemies and above the environment you were just at, and that looks dope as shit. So I'm definitely hyped for this and the movie. Probably be the first time we get a video game movie that's actually good, considering that Insomniac is making the movie. So I doubt they'll fail to make a movie on their own game.
Hopefully.
But I'm definitely interested to see how they're doing that, if the movie's just going to be the same thing as the game, or if it's going to be like some after story or something like that. But definitely hyped for those two games. We have Drive Club Bikes.
Considering how Drive Club fared, why?
I mean, I've actually, because of Drive Club Bikes, I've been seeing more of Drive Club fans and how much they like the game. I'm actually surprised on how many people actually still play Drive Club actively.
Well, Drive Club isn't a bad game.
It's not. It just had a bad launch, and that's why a lot of people currently...
It just didn't do very well, from what I know.
But right now, it's a stable game. I don't necessarily like how they do online, but I like the game. I necessarily prefer like Need for Speed, where you can go through alleyways, and there's like traffic and everything like that, which is why I'm hyped for the new Need for Speed game. But I mean, it's bikes. It's, you know, I'm not necessarily going to be returning to the game. They're still making tons of DLC for the game, which is surprising. So I don't know if they are going to necessarily have enough support to make a Drive Club 2. I can definitely see it happening, but Drive Club Bikes, it's not a bad thing. I mean, it's also a standalone game, so for $20 you can get Drive Club Bikes and you can just roll with bikes, and if you like the game, you can get a full-fledged Drive Club. So it's pretty cool that it's a standalone game. So that's cool. That's pretty dope.
Yeah. I think the support of the game is great, simply because it shows that despite how
bad the launch was,
they haven't abandoned it, which is awesome.
Yeah, like they're still making, there's shit tons of DLC for that game.
Yep, it's great.
Moving on to Gravity Rush 2.
The first game was a good outing that had a very wonderful concept, but it was executed kind of oddly.
Was it because of the system it was on, or was it just like a limitation of them just not getting it right? Because unfortunately, I didn't play Gravity Rush.
Oh, they got it right. It's just that it seemed like they could have done so much more with it. Like, I can understand why they didn't do as much, because, you know, it's the first time trying to get the concept. But it looks like everything they could have done with Gravity Rush to really flesh the system out they're doing with 2, and that has me really excited.
From the trailer, I think the only thing I don't like about the trailer is very interesting. I like how they did the trailer. I just feel like the person who was playing it was trying to show off the game, so the gameplay looks kind of slow, or if the person wasn't knowing what they're doing.
Well, Gravity Rush didn't exactly have fast-paced combat. A lot of it was shifting around gravity and fucking up enemies that way. Like, combat was fairly not slow by any means.
But was it just like high, fast-paced action like fighting games?
Yeah, it definitely was not like your high-speed adrenaline shit. All the rush came from, well, gravity. Hence the name.
Okay, so that's probably just my fault then. But I'm definitely interested in Gravity Rush 2. I'm kind of sad that I didn't play Gravity Rush 1, but whatever.
If my Vita still function, I'd let you
I have
play
that. I have a Vita. I just don't remember where it's at.
Every time you said that, I found it in your bag.
It actually it's right there.
What the fuck?
I forget where it's at until I have to look for it. If it wasn't right there on the table, I would not know where it's at. And it probably would be in the bag, but I don't remember ever seeing it in the bag.
When was the last time you played it?
I don't know. Moving on.
We'll talk about that. But anyway.
Uncharted 4.
Okay, I have a question. Before getting into Uncharted 4, the multiplayer in particular, I have a question. What the fuck?
What do you mean?
Uncharted 4's multiplayer did not look bad, like, in execution by any means. And don't get me wrong, I'm not someone that pays attention to the aesthetics of something, but I'm going to admit, I'm going to be very honest, for a PS4 game, that does not look good.
I don't blame you. I legit don't blame you for that.
Like, this game, Uncharted 4 multiplayer trailer made that game look like Team Fortress 2. And while that is not a truly bad thing, keep in mind when Team Fortress 2 released.
No, I understand that. Well, the thing about Uncharted, at least for the excuse for the multiplayer, is that currently the state of the game in right now, it's probably alpha beta.
I mean, they could have at least polished it more before
I understand
showing
that.
it off.
The game's running at 90p and 60 frames per second, which is all on my Uncharted video that will be linked below. But I can understand it not looking graphically as powerful as it is. I trust Naughty Dog. Naughty Dog is literally, I can't think of the last Naughty Dog game that they made that was not a 7 or higher.
Yeah.
They're one of the another companies that I just fully trust on, so I'm assuming that when the game comes out, they did their best. Like, hey, they're not rushing to make their games. Like, The Last of Us 2, they'll more than lovely make a Last of Us 2, but they will not do that if they do not have a good story for it.
Correct.
So they're not just in it for the money. They want to make great games and stuff like that. So that's why I trust in them. If the current state of the game, unfortunately, is not amazing, so it is turning down a lot of people like Jen, but that's just the visuals. Did you have like something you didn't like about outside the visuals, or because the way they do is they don't have kill streaks. You kind of before the game starts, you pick like a I guess you can call it a kill streak, and you have one. So before you join the game, you can go like a high power sniper rifle which kills people in one shot, or you can do like a rocket launcher, and they all have different points. From the trailer, they have one where they summon like an idol and it kills anyone within range. There's one where they turn into like a demon and they can teleport. So when you pick that, you start the game. Anything you do gives you points towards your kill streak, and then you can use it. And then once it's gone, you have to rebuild it. So each one definitely has their own roles. Some are more for capture the flag and stuff like that. So that's
everything you just explained is what I liked about it.
It's just a visual.
Like, I did not know. Like, I thought this was some weird-ass PlayStation All-Stars shooter. I had no fucking idea what that was before I saw that it was Uncharted 4 multiplayer. Before that, it came up at the end of the trailer, I had no idea, because they had motherfuckers summoning idols, turning into demons.
Yeah, like from what I've gathered is that it's 5-on-5 max, which unfortunately, but you can summon NPCs that like do snipers or whatever. So I'm hoping that fills in the gap of things to shoot. But other than that, Naughty Dog had made people like say Uncharted just for story. I'm like, no, they had a pretty fun multiplayer, and I recommend you play it. Just like Tomb Raider, it's a pretty fun. Like,
Yeah.
it's not like on Call of Duty where people just go guns and blazing. Like, they reward being patient, and they reward people if you're good at going in guns blazing, like, they reward that. So you can pretty cool how the game pace and everything like that, especially with parkour and being able to climb.
Yeah.
I can't wait for that beta. Dreams. I'm not. You create your own game. Our stories.
That's I don't. The game's probably gonna be good.
Obviously.
I just personally don't have a reason to be hyped about it, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, I'm curious to see what people do with it.
Yeah,
Obviously,
that's the good aspect of it. Like, if it's a builder game in the vein of Little Big Planet or Mario Maker, great. Then fucking awesome. I cannot wait to see it. But otherwise, I don't see anything that's pulling me to play it myself.
no, I don't blame you for that.
Anyway, moving on from that.
Next we have Riggs Mechanical Combat League, which is a VR game. It's pretty much a first-person, you are a robot, kill other robots game.
Yep.
If anything, it is Twisted Metal, but VR robots.
Yeah.
Looks interesting. Of course, you got to get a VR, which I don't know. I'll look into getting it for streaming purposes, and just I'm interested myself. But
yeah. That brings me to the fucking next thing.
Until Dawn: Rush of Blood VR.
Okay.
Oh my god, what the fuck?
So I'm happy that Sony wants to follow up on the fucking astounding success of the Virtual Boy and all, but and I hope someone sees what I did there. Why is this a thing? Like, this is essentially a tech demo. Why is this a thing?
I was looking for another video to play after the Destiny one runs out, because this is going a little bit longer than I thought. So whatever, it's Uncharted. We apologize. Moving on. I don't know what. So when I found out that they were making an Until Dawn DLC, I was like, what the fuck is there to talk about? Like, what else is there to talk about? Like, they told the full story of Until Dawn in the game. There's no cliffhangers, there's nothing else to talk about and add more into DLC, so of course they had to do like a standalone type of thing.
Yeah.
But when I found out that you are on a roller coaster with a VR, with your VR headset, and it's an on-rail shooter, like an arcade game, I've literally never been so turned off. Like, I can see it being a good horror game, but I don't get the whole concept. Like, it could have been its own standalone thing. I think the only reason why it's like part Until Dawn is because they're using things from Until Dawn. The whole the killer in Until Dawn, spoiler, well, not really, but the killer is supposedly you're on a roller coaster and he starts fucking shit up. Literally it. From what I gathered, the only thing that keeps me interested is it still has the butterfly effect in the game, and the butterfly effect, if you didn't know, which I mean, I wish they did better on the butterfly effect Until Dawn, but it's still there. But little things you do now will affect big outcomes later, and I'm wondering how the fuck you can change the outcome of a roller coaster event.
Yeah. I mean, if they do something good with it.
Oh no, you sit in the backseat of the roller coaster, so you live event 4 in this one part where you should have died or taken damage. Instead, you don't take damage because you sat in the back.
Yeah. If they prove me wrong, I really hope they do. Awesome, but I'm not expecting much out of this.
And neither am I.
Woo! Well, technically skins.
I really don't want to talk about anything involving VR anymore.
Yeah, the next one's a VR. Robinson,
Yeah.
The Journey. There's not much to talk about. You're wearing a VR. It's a VR game, and there's dinosaurs. You have a companion, who's a robot.
Robin, your
That's
friend
it.
has led us into
There's
a bit of a
no, I
situation.
don't know if you fight, if you're just
Are you
running,
ready to
I don't
play
know
a
if you
little
get to
game?
kill, carve, do anything with the dinosaurs or whatever. Not much to talk about, to be honest, until they release more. So it's probably in like early development, which is why I don't have more. But it's there.
2 simple rules. Follow me
The trailer
closely
looks
and
cool.
do as I say.
Pretty.
Got it.
It's definitely pretty. That much I'll give it.
So moving on, Battlezone.
Now the game begins. Stop.
It's a tank game.
Bear left.
It just reminds me of that arcade tank game with the green lines. I can't remember the names of anything apparently, but I see it as it being a not necessarily team on like competitive, but it's more probably like a co-op, play by yourself, split screen co-op type of game. It's probably gonna have the standard
Are you ready for a different
like
game?
power-ups and stuff like that, so you can shoot more, shoot faster, stuff like that. Nothing too special, but that's what I'm gathering. I'm definitely interested. I like tanks, first-person tank game, so I'm definitely interested.
From like a pistol, 3 shots from like an assault rifle. Like as soon as you
There's not much to talk about.
Yeah.
Just happening. It's a thing. It's real. Whatever. Gran Turismo Sport. So it's not a number. It's Gran Turismo Sport. Apparently, it is exclusively to PS4. I just want to confirm that real quick. So
Well, it's Gran Turismo. It's one of their flagship series.
yeah, I guess I don't know. I figured after a while they were gonna break it off, but because wasn't the last one on both?
No,
Okay.
Gran Turismo has always been Sony only.
I don't really play Gran Turismos because once again I like customizing my car, going through alleyways, traffic,
Yeah.
Need for Speed with more of my cup of tea.
Yeah, Gran Turismo is a simulator, so.
I'm like just like Project Cars, probably not gonna get it. So next up we have Wild.
This game has a lot of potential. This game has a lot of potential.
This game definitely has a lot of potential.
However, while I like the idea of being a bear,
So I definitely recommend it. So that
I don't know why I'm being a bear.
Well, I'm assuming like from the trailer they're
there's not much to say.
more into nature and stuff like that. Of course, there's no science, there's no guns, magic, or anything like that. Or at least I'm assuming there's no I mean, there may be magic, but
So you know, there's not much to say. It's a great series. Play the game.
I'm gonna say like
So that's pretty much
you use like nature to survive. Your like I want to say it's pretty much just like No Man's Sky, where you're just thrown into the game and you kind of just live life, do whatever. You can possess animals, you can become a boar, you can become a fish, you can become a bird. When you take those aspects, they also gather what happens when you're an animal. So if you're a bear, you're gonna of course scare things that fear bears. Like you're gonna fear deers are gonna run away from you and stuff like that. If you're a rabbit, predators are going to be attracted to want to kill you, just like they tend to do for rabbits. One of the things I was reading is that there is like a Dark Souls like multiplayer, so people are able to join and help or harm you, which intrigues me a lot because that's a cool aspect. You're kind of just a bear, and then all of a sudden someone joins. They don't know you're a bear, so you can use that element of surprise. But it looks, from what I was reading, is that when you turn into a bear, you have your host, who your human body is still present in the world, so you're not able to just go out in the wild, take over a bear, and you'll be fine. You kind of have to do it from a safe position. So I don't know how that works when you're trying to target an animal that's not where your body's currently located at. So that's one of the things I'm curious about, because if I have to be in certain range for my person to possess them, it's going to be really hard to find a safe place and the animal you want to possess in the same location.
Yeah.
But other than that, it has amazing potential. You start as a child and you grow up to be an adult in this world, which is open world, so you can go wherever you want and kind of just live life. Apparently it has a food system. because it shows that when you go to sacred places in the world, to let's say if you want to learn to become a snake, in order not to necessarily become a snake, but possess snakes, you'll be given a challenge, and that challenge can vary. Maybe you become a snake and you have to live as a snake for 2 or 3 days. Maybe they'll send like a snake-like boss to fight you or something like that. Maybe you become a snake and you'll have to fight as a snake your predators or whatever. So great potential. If anything, outside Nier, Ratchet and Clank, I want to say Wild, it's probably next up on shit I care about.
Yeah, it's legit. I'm looking forward to learning more about it.
Definitely. So next up is Detroit. Become Human as the full title. This game, I feel like this is gonna be a heavily story-driven game. I don't
Which I'm
know.
down with.
Huh?
Which I'm down with.
Yeah. From what I've gathered, is what it's going to be, where you play the main character, a female robot who looks like humans, probably has more related to humans than the other robots in the game. Like she's self-aware, she's able to have emotions and feelings and think and stuff like that, but she's still a robot. So for some odd reason, I think this game's gonna have a moral system where you'll either have to pick between robots or humans. Like the robot's gonna be more like her, and that calls them to like riot or something like that, or like some iRobot stuff where they're just trying to protect, and you'll have to like. I feel like there's gonna be some type of moral system, and you're gonna be in the middle of it. You being literally both sides of human and robot.
I don't think you can do that.
Definitely look forward to this game.
To actually do this,
Same.
Like.
Up a short creek without a paddle, which is
Like even from the trailer itself, they have necessarily conflict with the robots, and I feel like that's just gonna start out to just literally an outbreak war.
Yeah, two very different branching paths that branch off into their own. I think it's going to be good, especially if it's just story driven, like Heavy Rain, Until Dawn, what have you. If it's one of those, I
would be down for that too.
Yeah, I like that a lot. But I mean, I guess we'll see. I don't know anything about this game really, so
yeah, there was not much. They're out there reviewers and everything are out there asking questions and everything like that.
Yeah. So here's hoping.
30 minutes, which wasn't that
Looks like
hard.
that's it.
I did in 2 hours.
Actually,
so
Horizon.
Oh shit! Yeah, I was thinking about that.
Unfortunately, all the videos are not on one link, but Horizon, Zero Dawn.
It's very Zero Dawn. It's very ironic. I'd be interested in this game because this game is very interesting.
Definitely top 5, man.
Yeah. What's weird about this game to me is that it brands itself as an action RPG. I have not seen where the RPG element is yet.
I can understand that. I guess what they're showing more is the action part of the game, because that's gonna grab more attention to them. Is that it's action, and then they'll start revealing the elements of the RPG. Of course, there's like a gathering system. When you kill enemies, you gather from them, and you can use that to build parts or whatever. The biggest thing that I love about this game is that the tech part, all the dinosaurs, creatures, or robots. I think that's an amazing, cool idea. So that's pretty dope, especially when they were telling in the trailer their T-Rex type creature, all the stats for it. Like it has like 23 different attacks. It has all its different types of attacks. Its weak points, how it's going to be taken down, how you can destroy parts from it and use it against it and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I'm really curious of how they work. Like they were showing like herds actually go as a herd. Like they don't all like scatter like roaches. If you scare them off, most of them are going to run in one direction. And they even have like
quick
alpha males who will try to stay and protect the herd while everyone else escapes, and I think that's just fantastic. So you can kind of like, as it's shown in the trailer, you can set up traps for the herd, and you can kind of maneuver them and lure them into a direction you want, so you can wipe out a bunch and then just collect all the parts. Definitely looking forward to this game though.
This was my game of E3. So I'm really hoping for big things for this game. That's really all there is to say about it. I do need to see more, much like anything else.
I want to see its RPG elements, like an upgrade. So how this game is an RPG. What are they adding? What are its RPG elements? I guess I should say.
Yeah, that's what I'm wanting to see. Definitely.
Once again, same thing.
I think that's it.
Yeah, that was it. That's
headshots, bare knuckles.
Once again, we'll do apologize for not getting a podcast and more people and more voices here. Do apologize because I recorded the gameplay beforehand and I didn't think it would last this long, but it's whatever. Shit happens. Yeah, you guys are fine. Once again, all the links will be below to all the sources. Definitely to the Uncharted video if you want more on Uncharted 4, in my opinion. I'll definitely be probably looking forward to making a microtransaction season pass money type video. Hopefully with Jen sooner or later.
That's a point, yeah.
Outside that, this was probably pretty overall a pretty good event. Like they had a lot of different unique genres in there. I didn't even think I was gonna see a Nier video. Like yeah. I figure we'll see Nier, and then we would never see anything from Nier in like a good long while. So seeing Nier in there rose all types of boners, man. That gameplay was amazing.
Yeah.
Oh my god. It's so smooth, and they're still sticking to the roots, like they said. Hype. Outside that,
Sword on. That's what I'm waiting on. That's all me.
But I do want to thank you guys for watching. You definitely like, comment, subscribe. That's pretty much it. Y'all take care now.